After that, I feel like I should walk off the stage and say goodbye and retire. Good afternoon, graduates, Dean Fawad, esteemed faculty and staff, platform guests, but most importantly, moms. I watched as you walked in, and a lot of you probably have that look in your eyes as to say, God, I can't believe I'm graduating, or how can I stay another year, or maybe I need to roll over into a master's program. But you got moms and parents out here saying, thank God you're done. And I can tell you, as a father of four, they're probably thinking, how can they spend the tuition money that they would otherwise be giving you? So I would say, moms and dads, take a great vacation. What a wonderful occasion to end Teacher Appreciation Week, then to have conferred upon you a degree that enables you to propel into the world and make a change in young people's lives. You're probably thinking, who is this guy bringing us remarks? And I'm there with you. I'm not sure why I'm even here. Of all the people to be chosen to be in front of you today as a superintendent from a small rural district, and other than my dissertation, I'm not an author, don't want to be an author, and I am definitely not one of the years that you can have in front of you. But having worked with Dean Fawad and the faculty for over a year and a half on the current initiatives that have been spoken of, I am not sure why Dean Fawad even asked me to be up here. You see, what you got is a sitting superintendent that's got 20 teaching vacancies open today. I have a principal opening, I have a chief academic officer opening, and I'm standing in front of 300 people providing remarks to a school of education. So I'm not sure if I need to just stop my remarks and let's just do a speed dating activity to see who don't have a job, and if you don't have a job, I will definitely make sure that you can have one before you leave here. And when I'm hearing parents clap, that tells me that some of you don't have a job. And so when you recess out of this wonderful dome, meet me outside and we can talk. I have been reflecting probably about a month about what to say to you today. What do you tell a group of graduates who have been taught by the best post-secondary faculty and staff to go out and propel our world? What advice can I provide to you to assist in imagining, to persevere, and to lead our school communities forward? I've rehearsed the comments in my head over and over and over again, but it wasn't until this week that I actually put words to paper. Like most of you will admit next week, I do not remember any of my speakers at my graduations, nor do I remember their message. But what I would tell you, over the last 27 years, I have a lot that I want to tell you. And matter of fact, we don't have enough time. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to observe what time I have, but I'll be brief to make sure that you understand the importance of your role. First and foremost, before you let graduation get away from you, pause and give thanks to those who have helped you, those who have encouraged you, and those who have guided you to enter into the greatest profession on earth. Secondly, before you get your first paycheck and begin to question, is this what I signed up for? Be reminded to never underestimate your worth. Without educators, nothing in this world exists. We don't have a profession. We don't have professions. We don't have inventions. We don't have a literate society to ensure leaders are held accountable. And matter of fact, we don't even have an electorate. But just as important are the content standards to a teacher and General Statute 115C-288 to the principals and understanding your roles as a principal. It is for you to understand that this profession is a breeding ground for stress. Let me say that again. It is a breeding ground for stress. And how you handle that stress will ultimately determine how well you will persevere in propelling the world. I spend a lot of time in reflection. For me, it's through prayer, journaling, reading. I yoga. Nobody laughed. For you, it could be yoga. It could be listening to the latest podcast. The list can go on. But as I was leaving the principalship and I was entering into the dark hole of district leadership, I came across a devotional that transformed my thinking and allowed me to propel in this profession. And regardless of your belief, I believe these core values will serve you well in persevering through the stress of our profession. The devotion came from Dr. Charles Swindoll, who is an author, a pastor, and current Chancellor Emeritus of Dallas Seminary, on how to handle stress. So let me surmise the points for you. First and foremost, if you want to manage your stress to propel the world, find a great mentor and friend. I encourage you to find someone older, someone who's already gone through the trials that you're going to be facing. This has been a tremendous help to me. Never in my 27 years as an educator have I had a mentor that had similar years of experience. I sought out those who would guide me through the most challenging times of my career. More importantly, I found a mentor who keeps me accountable. It's great and often helpful to have a friend to go through trials. They could be your sounding board, and they could be someone you can throw the best pity party with. But it will be that seasoned mentor that would give you the advice and strategies to survive and prosper. So to help you persevere, to propel the world, find an experienced mentor and a great friend. Secondly, get over those that disappoint you. Yep, I said disappoint you. You will find yourself being let down by colleagues, students, parents, administration. Trust me, disappointment will come in waves and from various sources. You will have critics. The pay will never be enough. Pressure will always be high, and you will have demands on your time from work and from home. Eleanor Roosevelt said it best, that small minds discuss people. I call that gossip. But good minds discuss events. Those are things that may be happening in your school. But great minds discuss ideas. And for you, those ideas should be focused on how to make sure each student grows. To assist you in propelling the world, don't let those disappoint you take attention away from your work of discussing and implementing goals and great ideas that foster student success. Finally, if you want to persevere in propelling the world, lift up those and encourage those that have fallen. I am sure I am looking at a group of people that during your time at UNC, whether it was coursework, a capstone project, an internship, where you have messed up greatly, and someone was there to pick you up. I challenge you to be that someone for someone else. We got too much ridicule in the world, and we sure got too much of it in our schools. If I was discarded every time I made a bad decision, I wouldn't even be here. To me, failure is a part of success. But what I would caution you with is that as you get experience with your UNC training, you're going to rise and you're going to find success. Everyday work is going to start to get easy for you. People are going to love you. Matter of fact, people are going to like you. And managers are going to welcome your leadership. But be careful and do not let your success lead to laziness and contentment. Make it a habit to always be in a state of professional development. So look for opportunities to feed your mind so that you can grow others. Remember this, your legacy is only as good as the people left behind to carry it forward. So if you want to propel the world, lift up those and encourage those around you. So to persevere in your mission of propelling the world, retain a great mentor or friend because they're going to guard you from being isolated. Those of you going into leadership, trust me, this is important. The very nature of your work is going to lead you to be alone. Secondly, get over those that disappoint you. In doing so, you would get over your bitterness. Finally, pick up those who stumble along the way. And by offering your support to those in need, you would guard yourself against self-pride. My final thoughts reserved to the school leaders and the future school leaders. I've been an administrator for over 22 years, so please listen to me carefully as my experience has made me wise. Guard against disillusionment. You may say, what in the world? If you have not already received your advancement in your county or in your district, you will soon. There will be a lot of people congratulating you on your achievements. The more you advance, there's going to be people from all walks of life who will want to enter into your circle. I strongly encourage you to keep your circle close, as there are people who are once celebrated you will criticize you unfairly. I'm sorry, but that's just part of the profession, and unfortunately, that's part of where our society is today. So stay guarded so you can develop the appropriate discernment to recognize who to stay away from. In closing, you can look at all the education bills filed in the General Assembly this year, and you can garner that there is doubt that we are not able to do the job of educating the next generation without implicit directions. To me, that says a lot about the General Assembly's limitation, and it says a lot about their thinking. I tell my staff all the time, you are defined on how you respond. So as you go out in our schools and work to propel them to great heights, keep student success as your focus and ensure every student meets their potential. Your service is going to be timely, and your service will be timeless. But when times get tough, and they're going to, and you want to throw your hands up and feel like you've lost hope, and when it happens, for me, that happened on Wednesday, remember your worth. There's nothing or no one without an educator. Go out and propel the world, and may God bless you in your journey.